pace is not as pacey as you have in England. He manages to get 13 goals there, and he's going for that amount to Liverpool. If the likes of Rasmus Højlund, who managed 4 goals in an entire 38-game season, went for £75 million, and United justified that payment, why is our African brother being undervalued when he's won the Scudetto? Ekitike hasn't won anything. Rasmus Højlund won his first major trophy at Manchester United. So I just feel that Victor Osimhen made the right decision. And if at all he went to Al Ali, and I didn't want him to go to Al Ali because they would say, oh, he doesn't want to play football, he wants money. He didn't go there to show that he wanted to play football. But you guys say, oh, he's not cutting it, he's not there, he deserves to be paid anything he wants to be paid. That's the truth. I see players that are Marcus Rashford is on 300k contract at Manchester United. Where is he? He can't even make the starting 11. So why are we undervaluing our own player, African Footballer of the Year for that matter? So he's gone where he's loved, and I'm sure he's going to shine for Galatasaray, and they will win the league this season too.
All right, quite interesting. We do expect him to complete the transfer as soon as possible. But also, Napoli, they still have a say, just about 2 of them, for the next 2 years. And of course, there's a 10% sell-on clause. And it's very much possible for Galatasaray to negotiate with them, to buy out all these clauses. Very much possible. That's what you get when you sign contracts. All right, Ademola Lookman could be heading to, San Siro. And of course, Inter Milan, which is going to be a big step up for him.
Absolutely.
I think Inter, they are not ready to raise their bid. They expect, Atalanta to just accept it.
Atlanta shouldn't just accept it, but then at the same time, they shouldn't keep Ademola Lookman at Atlanta. He's done it for them. He gave Gasperini his first ever major trophy as a coach. Forget him yabbing and blabbing about our Yoruba brother. He gave him his first major trophy in his coaching. What has he won? Absolutely nothing apart from the Europa League that Ademola Lookman gave him with 3 goals in the final against the Bayer Leverkusen side that had Victor Boniface, Xavi Alonso, Granit Xhaka, and all of that. And then again, also, he kept them consistent. They were chasing the league at some point last season. It just didn't happen. They are just a side that is pushing above their weight, the Bergamo side, Atalanta. And Ademola Lookman has been central to the successes they had in recent times. So keeping him at the club will be sorcery and witchcraft. So I think he's bigger than that club right now. They should, maybe no disrespect to the Bergamo fans, he might not be bigger than the club, but I feel that his ambitions are greater. I think he wants to be at the biggest stage, Champions League.
Even the coach left.
Exactly.
Because he's been supported more at AS Roma.
Exactly. He's what's it called? He's the reigning African Footballer of the Year. You can't keep him at Atalanta. So I feel he should have gone to Paris Saint-Germain. They stalled that deal as well. So I really don't like it, and I feel sometimes NFF should actually weigh in some of these things, because really the way they treat our players, he's our star man. He does it at the African Cup of Nations. He's the reigning African Footballer of the Year, and you want to keep him at Bergamo for what? He needs to go to Milan, and he will go there.
Right, quite interesting. Before we go on a quick break, let's quickly talk about the next competition. When it comes to Nigerian teams, that will be CHAN 2024. So we decided in 2025, being hosted by 3 countries.
Yeah.
The CHAN Eagles, they could come back and, the president could reward them, handsomely. So there's no handshake waiting for you. There's something more than handshake.
Yeah.
But what would you expect from the CHAN Eagles of Nigeria?
I don't expect them to win the tournament, to be truthful, because this is a tournament of players that play within the leagues in Africa. And truth be told, we might have the talent, but the systems are not in place to actually project our very best. Our very best go out into Europe to play and all of that. There are other African countries that have got very good players in their league system, whether it's Morocco, whether it's Algeria, whether it's Tunisia. All of these countries have bigger talents within that are even called names, in those countries. Here, we do not have that. In the past, we used to have the likes of Mfonmodo at Enyimba, Ahmed Musa at Kano Pillars, Stephen Ode, Sikiru Alimi, who is still very much around.
This season is qualified to play, but I'm sure he doesn't want to be part of the CHAN.
Exactly, because
he has bigger rules now as the general manager.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but I feel that there are countries that are ahead of us in terms of league football in Africa, and it's only natural that those countries will pick it ahead.
Especially the North African.
Especially the North African. So I feel that I'm not expecting anything, but football writes its own script. You never can tell.
That's it. You never can tell. And of course, you're still watching Capital Sports, getting to you from the Unity Station, Abuja Channel 5. It's a good time for us to pause now and pay some bills. We'll return shortly.
Do you know the special code for Bet Niger on your phone? Star 20778 hash. That's what's up. It's a special code. No data, no problem. Play your game anywhere with the special code. Star 20778 hash.
Betting made easy for MTN users only. Bet responsibly, not for persons under the age of 18. Bet Niger, more than a bet.
Welcome back, and of course, let's let you know that the phone lines will be displayed on the screen very soon for you to be part of the show. There you have it. And of course, so you can call in, let us know where you're calling from. And of course, your contribution, we'll really appreciate that. And of course, there's still a lot to talk about on the show. We're not done with the women, actually, because we've got the Tigers.
Absolutely.
They are going for the 5th consecutive African title.
Yeah. Mission B.
They have back to back already, but they want to add another back to it, which will be interesting to see.
Absolutely.
Now they're campaigning in Cote d'Ivoire, Abidjan to be very precise. Yesterday night we saw a very tough encounter between Cameroon and Angola.
Yeah.
Cameroon, won that, and of course
85-64. Yeah.
The Tigers now they've got a game against Cameroon.
Yeah.
Quite a beautiful game that they had in their opener.
Yeah.
For the second game, Mozambique, Nigeria winning 60-65. It kind of, brought some, questions about their form and all that. But going into the game, the quarterfinal game into Cameroon, what are you expecting?
It's a huge rivalry in terms of sports between Nigeria and Cameroon. But that being said, again, the last time the Tigers lost the Afro basketball tournament was against the Cameroonian ladies as well, and that was back in 2015, and that's their last defeat. They've never lost since 2015 on the African continent, and a lot is at stake also for the Tigers because they've won the Afro basketball. So if we have to borrow the words of the Super Falcons, this is mission B for them. So if they can get to win it for the 5th time, they will make history as the only nation and the only ladies in the continent of Africa to have won it for that number of years, set the record and put themselves there. So I feel a lot is at stake. But then again, having lost their last game against Cameroonians, that would play in their head, and Cameroon would know that we've done this before, we can do this again too. So it's not going to be an easy game. And also, Cameroon defeated Angola. Angola is actually a basketball nation, actually. So when you do that against Angola, you fancy your chances against Nigeria and all of those. But I just thank God again, the fact that we are able to ship our talent to the rest of the world and have in essence, we have the experience of Carlo in the mix and Coach Rina, who's an amazing and beautiful lady as well, is bringing in a lot into the mix too. So I know that the ladies understand what is at stake. I know they understand the rivalry between us and Cameroon, and I know they won't let us down. At the end, Nigeria, they carry last. So.
All right, quite interesting. I think some calls are coming in.
Hello.
Good afternoon, and many thanks for joining us on Capital Sports. Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm fine.
Where are you calling from? Your name, please.
I'm calling from Enugu State.
All right, what do you have to tell us?
I want to join you people in a program.
Oh, from Enugu. You're joining us already via phone call. So what do you have to say? We've been talking about the Super Falcons and some Nigerian players and the Tigers.
I want you people to help me to put one of my daughter for me for sports.
You have to, get in touch with the Enugu State Sports Council. And if she does football, please do contact the Football Association in Enugu there. And of course, if you need proper guidance, there is an NTA station in Enugu. Do approach their sports unit. Many thanks for calling today. All right. I wish we could give, but, some people might not really know how to go with that. People like us can always guide them. And of course, I believe if you get in touch with the FA there, you can be helped. Good afternoon, and many thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir.
Your name and where you're calling from, please. Your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Solomon. I'm calling from that's Odote Dakura.
Okay. What is your contribution on the show, please?
I just love your program. Just trying to greet you. I really love your program.
Thank you so much. Thank you for watching.
Yeah,
I'm sure do you like the fact that the Super Falcons were handsomely rewarded?
Yeah, well, I'm so happy for that. I'm so happy for that.
All right. Thank you so much for calling today.
Yeah.
So the next battle that is coming now, Emmanuel, is the battle between the tigress and the lionesses. I wouldn't know, for those who know about animals.
Yeah.
Who will win?
In the cat family, the tiger is the strongest.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's that. All right, welcome. Your name and where you're calling from. I think we lost that caller.
So I was going to say in the cat family, the tiger is the stronger. The only advantage the lion has is that
if it moves in the pack, right?
They sometimes have dog mentality and they move in packs.
Oh, we'll make sure they're isolated. Hello there. Many thanks for joining us. Your name and where you're calling from.
From
Ore in Ondo State.
Ondo State.
All right, your contribution, please.
My contribution is that I like your program, but what they happen that they also the match of alcohol game.
Oh, well, I could explain from now till tomorrow, but when it comes to football matches, that's serious business these days. To bring you that match could cost as little as 1 billion naira, and of course you do know that it's not. So it's a lot. It's not something that you just put on TV and show. You have to bring money.
Okay.
But if you decide to bring the money, we'll appreciate.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah. That's one thing about rights, and people will not really understand and all that.
Yeah, but even on that, it's always important to get the. I know the money involved is a lot, but then it's always important to get fans on terrestrial TV to see these games.
I wouldn't really understand, with them because, I'm talking about the right owners because it's very compulsory for every competition, even the Premier.
But I think we are big enough as a nation. There are brands here that can actually make it work, and NTA at least your geographical reach is a lot more than.
So they need to come support NTA so that we can acquire the right to show our team in viewers. Yeah. Money is involved in this.
Exactly.
Huge amount of money. We're not talking of just at times to 10,000 to billions. So it's been interesting. Just as we're going, we saw karate last weekend at the Abuja National Stadium. Yeah. Nigeria finished 7th. We won.
Okay.
So, we were the winner.